Oh my god, this week we talked about ivermectin, the coof, a whole bunch of variants. We talked about censorship. So what was one of those other verboten topics that's been out there? Well, we got to talk about election funny business. How about that specifically? How about in North Carolina and in Arizona, in fact? And yeah, after the fact, after years all passed, after everything has been done and dusted, now these reports are getting released. And as you can see here, North Carolina agrees to release records showing foreigners voted. What do you mean foreigners exactly? Well, let's get to the bottom of this. Records that show foreigners registered to vote and actually voted in North Carolina elections will be disclosed by the state's Board of Elections as a result of its illegal settlement with the Electoral Integrity Group. Yeah, but my voters' rights, and that's a racism. January 31st announcement that a settlement has been reached came weeks after Garbant Piquant Gardner, North Carolina, was arrested and charged with falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen. I think the name probably tipped them off. In order to register to vote, voting by an alien and passport fraud. You got a litany there, my dude. Authorities say the Bahamas native, the Bahamanian, I don't know what the demonym of the Bahamas is, who isn't a U.S. citizen. What? No. Voted in every primary and general election from 2018 through 2020. Wow! The legal complaint against the North Carolina State Board of Elections and Executive Director Karen, was filed on June 17th, 2019, and later amended. According to the Public Interest Legal Foundation, PILF to its friends, brought the lawsuit to federal court in North Carolina. The settlement is a victory for transparency in elections. Yeah, and that's all we want from all of these recounts, audits. Okay, just want to know what the loopholes are. Okay, don't really care what happened in the past because there's nothing you can really do about it after everybody's been confirmed, everybody's been sworn in. Fucking business has been happening for the past year and even going back to 2018 for a long fucking time now. And the people that he might have theoretically voted for illegally might have, I don't know, been elected, lost an election, ran for another election, fucking changed districts, changed positions. Who fucking knows at this point? But you need to figure out those loopholes. You need to be able to close them so that people have faith in elections instead of just hiding the information. Isn't that right, Karen? Brinson Bell. And never trust a lady with two last names anyways. So the election board agreed to settle the case after a federal appeals court determined that the disclosure provisions of the NVRA, which is the National Voter Registration Act, require states to make available for public inspection all records concerning the implementation of programs and activities conducted for the purpose of ensuring the accuracy and currency of the official lists of eligible voters. Why would you be trying to hide that, okay? If it's specifically in the act, what makes you think that you should be able to hide the mechanisms in which elections are allowed to be conducted? I'm just wondering. Okay, this is a huge win for transparency in North Carolina elections. PILF President J. Christian Adams said in a statement provided to the Times, the public has a right to know about election vulnerabilities. Exactly. So I look forward to that report when it happens because clearly, one person doesn't change the tide of elections, but if they figured out how we voted in, well, theoretically, multiple elections, okay? It's hard to necessarily say how many primary and general elections were specifically in North Carolina between 2018 and 2020. Multiple, that's for sure. So we need to figure out how that happened and then close it up and fix it so it doesn't happen again in the future. That's all we're asking for. So what about Arizona? What's going on over here? 499 Arizonans claim stores as legal residents. Well, I know a lot of people spend a lot of time at places like Walmart and Costco and big box stores such as that. That's the only place you've been allowed to go for the past couple of years. I get it, okay? People like to spend a lot of time at different places, but can you claim residency in order to vote there? No, 110 people voted in 2020. Oh, okay. So people on voter rolls were registered, okay, as living in a store. Weird. Okay, I know you might work long hours if you're at the store that you're claiming residency, but if 110 people who lived at the stores voted from the stores in 2020, we got a problem. We got a problem. Not a big problem, but a problem nonetheless. Study released January 31st by nonpartisan public interest, a legal foundation. Hey, there's that PILF again. It released many irregularities on Arizona's voter rolls. That's a racism. You can't do that. The Cyber Ninjas did that, and they're a partisan, corrupt hack institution. So what makes the public interest legal foundation different? Records examined in Maricopa County. That same county. There's nothing wrong there. It was the most safe and secure election of all time. And when they did a recount, Biden ended up winning by more votes, right? No, don't look at any of the underlying issues that are there, right? Okay, obviously. But they inspected those rolls and found that 354 registered voters claimed storefront addresses as their legal residence. All right, Yuma County was next with 133, followed by a smattering of instances in 4 other counties for a total of 499 of that 110 voted. Though seemingly small, such statistics can be significant. Yeah, on election day in 2020, you know, that fateful day when everything that legitimately went on legitimately happened, legitimately so that Time had to put out a congratulatory piece where they told everybody how they fortified the election. Nothing funny happened there at all. Nope, I believe everything that happened, and Joe Biden is still the most popular president of all time. 30 state legislative elections across America were decided by 100 votes or fewer. Yeah, how many of those elections were in the House and then ended up having to get decided like literal weeks later after multiple recounts because they were done by even slimmer margins than that? Some that were called, and then the rest of the ballots came in. Like there was one specific race that was out there, and I can't quite remember. But one guy was like, "Yeah, no, you won," and then a couple days later, actually, we ran it back, and you ended up winning by 20 votes. And I know you already conceded and stuff, but do you want the job because you won? One race in New Hampshire. That's the one. That's the one. In New Hampshire, the victory was 4 votes. So again, this isn't some orange man hypothetical scenario. Right. This is all about securing elections, okay? The truth and transparency in the process is the only reason this shit continues to happen. It's the only reason it should continue to happen. Not for any predisposed bias to any candidate or anything like that, or any vested interest you would have in a specific race. This is about the process, and there needs to be a fair process. It needs to be a reflection of the voice of the people, not a reflection of the voice of several dead people. The PILF report said that 15 million mailed ballots were unaccounted for nationwide. Yeah, I guess those people who reported that they had like 3 or 4 ballots just magically turned up to their place, and then they got registration forms saying that you can claim your ballot right now. All you need to do is just fill out this form. I'd imagine that probably accounts for some of those 15 million. But anyways, Maricopa County led the country with 110,000 undeliverable ballots. Huh, weird. A study cited statistics from the U.S. Election Assistance Commission that showed Maricopa County ranked 29th in the nation with 229,000 ballots marked status unknown. Weird. Wonder what came of those. PILF study also discovered that 31,641 people moved out of Arizona were able to register to vote in their new home state without being removed from Arizona's voter rolls. I wonder if you, take some fundraised money and then run those voter rolls and see how many people voted out of state. And I wonder if that'll ever happen. No? Oh, okay, cool. But at least, the potential of it could happen. It is unclear how this could happen since Arizona, like other states, have access to the National Change of Address link as a part of Electronic Registration Information Center. Yeah, it's just weird. It really does just boggle the mind now, doesn't it? You could ask the Board of Commissioners, but then again, you have to get multiple subpoenas in order for them to do anything. And it's still just a fucking roll of the dice whether or not they'll comply. An interstate cooperative that tracks, voters across the country. The study also revealed that 863 Arizonans were found to be registered to vote twice under a variation of their names. They just wanted to make sure that, if somebody just couldn't quite figure out, instead of being, insensitive, they didn't want to question your slurred enunciation of your name. They just wanted to make sure that they had all their bases covered. So yeah, no, they probably had like Robert and Bob and Willie, any possible interpretation of a name because they didn't want to be insensitive, right? Recent history has shown that seemingly silly errors on the voter roll can fuel election misinformation and heighten public stress amid a close outcome. No, definitely couldn't happen. Arizona election officials still have some time on their side to prepare voter rolls for the midterm. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Thanks, Adams. The organization's mission statement reads in part, the foundation exists to assist states and others to aid in the cause of election integrity and fight against lawlessness in American elections. If it does exist, I'm not saying it necessarily does, but the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for Erica Flores, a spokesperson for Maricopa County Elections Department. Why would anybody want that position? Your name is fucking mud. Election staff spent thousands of hours during the 2021 responding to rumors, lies, and innuendo related to the 2020 election. Yeah, but what about these reports too? Are all of these official reports of the people who were down there looking at the ballots, looking at the rolls, looking at all of the available information? Are they all just rumor sayers, lie tellers, and then innuendists? Is that the proper term? Don't really know. But are they just all disinformation campaign efforts? I bet you they're probably all funded by Russian dollars as well, right? Obviously. We have publicly available information. You should just trust the science and shut your fucking mouth, showing the integrity of our workers and the effective checks and balances that ensure free, fair, and accurate elections. We stand by those facts, not, like the actual facts, not like the, almost 500 people who are registered to vote from fucking stores. Obviously, no. We trust our facts, not the facts, our facts. Big difference there, but that's Maricopa County. That's what you get after years and years of John McCain-led tyranny out there. Yep, everything is just relaxed to the fucking max, but at least people are aware of this stuff. Institutions like Pilfer out there, people are aware of the necessity of election integrity measures, and I'm just happy to see it. I just want to see it continue on and on and on, because it doesn't just stop at the midterms, okay? There's some funny shit that could be happening, okay? Not being specific on any of this stuff, it could just fucking happen. So you need to continue to scrutinize every single election that's out there. There should be an audit after every fucking election to see if there was any funny business that happened, okay? Whether it was systemic, whether it was some active campaign that was out there. Figure it out, fix it, so it doesn't happen again. I think that's pretty fair and honest. But then again, a Russian disinformation campaign and Orange Man Bad and whatever other fucking nonsense that's out there. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. See what kind of nonsense happened over the weekend, or maybe everything was just fine and awesome and cool, and hopefully everything went well with the truckers. But Godspeed to everybody out there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.